What's the word? What's the word, everybody? Welcome back to the Say I Quit podcast. It's been way too long. It's been way
Month.
too long.
Come
But we
on.
back and we got a million and one things to cover. As always, it's your boy Lil Derek. I
Yeah,
got Les with me.
that's
I
me.
got Reed Starks with me. How y'all living?
Man, bro, my cameras is broke. My PC won't turn on, but life is good. I can't complain about this shit. I feel extravagant.
Hey,
You know,
I'm sure we're assuming that Reed is doing great. He's doing the Jeff Hardy dance over there.
Read
it's
a new
But
man since he came back from vacation.
it's my joy. Out in Barbados. Yeah.
so where do we begin? Where do we begin? Like I said, so many things that have happened in the past few weeks, let alone in the entirety of 2025, which I think made 2025 in so many aspects, the good, the bad, the ugly, will possibly go down as one of the most interesting years in professional wrestling history. We had the complete resurgence of AEW. We had John Cena's retirement run, however you feel about it. Um,
We had
we
on.
had fucking
Yeah.
Travis Scott. We had the Dwayne trying to take people's souls. We had the Ultimo Monet run. We had Chris Statlander ascension to being the champion. We had timeless Tony Storm. We had Hangman Page going on his redemption arc. Like, and that's just between AEW and WWE. Hell, it was an NXT and TNA invasion storyline going on. We had NXT guys winning championships in TNA, you know what I'm saying? Like just so many cool things. The merger between AAA and WWE that has worked pretty damn well. The AEW CMLL relationship that has worked pretty damn well. What's the young lady's name in Stardom that's like putting on 5-star classics like every fucking match?
Persephone, or is that CMLL?
No, that's
No, that's
CMLL.
CMLL.
Uh,
It's I can't think of her name. She was ranked like right after Tony Storm and Mercedes in the PWI. But again, haven't seen much of her, but I've heard she's been having an outstanding year.
yeah,
We got EO Sky and Marigold again, which you know is
yeah,
always going to be a great EO Sky, period.
yeah.
EO
Come on.
Sky, period. We
Period.
got Trinity Fatu Naomi having the
Moment of
best
the year.
heel turn of the
Moment of the
year.
year. Moment of the year.
Like just so many great things. And even the bad things causes intrigue, in my opinion. They're interesting things that we can dissect in different ways because everybody's gonna have a different opinion. I
Yeah.
think it's no better thing to start with though than the John Cena retirement run, and it's specifically let's talk about first and foremost his final match against Gunther, uh, and the ending that had the world up in arms and some people praising it, multiple. And like I said, that's a beautiful thing with wrestling is that we all have different outlooks on it. We all have different experiences. You had ex-professional wrestlers, guys that though may have made some mistakes in their
Mm.
career, they know the business probably better than us fans, saying that there was a great moment. But you also had people that were wrestlers that probably know the business better than us, saying that it was a terrible decision. So just a myriad of different feelings. How were you all feeling about that final match in particular and the ending?
I'll let Les go first because that's his goat. No, it is. It is. It
It
is.
is. He not wrong, bro. So, man, bro, I wish my camera was working, bro, because I wanted to go on a rant.
Hey,
So
that's
I'm gonna talk
crazy
about
that his profile pic is literally him. It's literally him tapping out. I'm crying.
All right. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, I thought the match was pretty. I thought it was good. I didn't. I definitely didn't think it was near the best. I still think AJ and Cody still like
Yeah.
round that bit up. I think AJ, Cody, and Punk is
Yeah.
his best matches of the retirement run.
I agree.
Shit, I'll even throw Randy in Elimination Chamber. Fuck.
Yeah.
Before I put this match in this fucking
Even Logan Paul match was.
low key. I'm not gonna lie. That could make a case. Uh, but I feel like All right, I'm seeing what people are saying, bro, and I had time to digest it. People, people agree with it. People said, technically, like, yeah, like he gave up, but he was okay with it, so it makes it okay. Nah, fuck all that though. Bro, this is the GOAT. Like, this is the never give up, the never see 17, bro. Come on. He not supposed to be giving up like that. He not supposed to smile. Bro, his whole career, bro, Derek hated him because he told kids never give up, right? And then his
That
last
ain't
Derek
why I
just caught
fucking
his
hated him.
parade.
and then his last
Fuck them
his last
kids.
match, he gonna give up, bro. Like, that was a slap in the face to my childhood, bro. Shit, I'm gonna give up now. Cause John Cena gave up, I'm gonna give up his shit. When shit don't go my way. um, See, like, okay, here's another thing, right?
Okay.
Because WWE portrays themselves as sports entertainment, not really wrestling. Sports entertainment. I was watching it with people that hadn't watched wrestling in years, but they tuned in because they grew up watching John Cena. They wanted to see John Cena last match. I think everybody that tuned into the shit wanted to see John Cena put up more of a fight. I mean, like, we know John Cena is older. It's kind of like Superman if he's fucking trying to fight crime at fucking 70 years old and he's like geriatric and shit, but he's still trying to do his best. Like,
Yeah.
we wanted to see that last fight, but the last like 5-7 minutes of the match, he was just in a chokehold, and I feel like that kind of like it kind of deterred the way that I viewed the match because the people around me like the whole energy got sucked out because we were like, damn, bro, like John Cena fight back, like come on, it's wrestling, fight back. Um, so I guess like it was like that aspect too. Um, I think it's been a couple weeks now, so I could say like I guess like we got to live with it. It's not like they could retcon the shit like it happened already.
Yeah.
Um, but I felt like he could have went out. Shit, if John Cena had just passed out, I feel like everybody would have been more okay with it. To be honest, but he didn't. He smiled and he fucking tapped like, bro. I don't know, bro. I want to hear y'all thoughts.
Mine's gonna be quick because I didn't like most of the matches. Not
Uh,
most. Most of the matches on the retirement tour were kind of trash outside of the 5-star ones. Like AJ, probably in my match of the year, and Cody, part 2, my match of the years. Uh, I was okay with it outside because I was flying home, so like I was, I was okay with it. I thought it was a good match. I think it could have been a lot better though. Like I think
mm,
for the amount of time that it was given, like 20 minutes, it should have been like a 45, close to an hour match. Personally, for me, because it's John Cena, it
true.
should have been like the Cody Part 2 match, but like a little bit more elevated. But you can't ask somebody who's given their life to the business for the past 25 years to do more when they've done more so over everything they've ever done. That made no sense, but you know what I mean. He's given his life to this shit, bro. And all you can ask is he went out the way he probably wanted to go out. Will we know if he did? We don't know. Maybe he'll tell us, but
He will never tell us.
I'm just happy it wasn't like a terrible match. And the right person retired him, personally. If it wasn't Mello, it was Gunther for me. So I'm happy.
I would have low key expected me to retire John Cena, but I guess I gotta just live with the fact that I can't.
Bro, can't win them all. Can't win them all.
Can't win them all. Little dirt.
Well, Dirk.
Um, Again, I got a multitude of opinions when it comes to John Cena's retirement run, but I'll talk about those later. I think that the most important thing to me was that final match and what it became, what it meant.
Yeah.
Um, I think it was the perfect storybook ending for John Cena. I think the ending was very, very much beautiful because if this was going to truly be the end of his career, and he seems to have every intention to never wrestle again. And I hope that is true because I look at that and it's very symbolic to the end of life. This is the end of the life of John Cena, the WWE character. That was the end of his life. And at the end of his life, he gave all he could against the big evil character in WWE now that is Gunther, the best heel in the business.
Yeah.
He never tries to be a tweener. He just simply is a ultra super heel.
Right.
Yeah.
He doesn't try to toe that line like every other heel in the business right now. The MJFs, the Seth Rollins, everybody's got a catchphrase. Everybody's trying to be this cool guy and still be a bad guy, which then in turn makes them be likable. Gunther
Yeah.
is the most unlikable fucking character in professional wrestling today that I know of, at least.
There's
Hey,
not one thing
I
other than
like,
his wrestling. There's
I like.
not one thing like you a piece of shit. You a piece of-
So
He is, but I like it. Like I like him doing, hey AJ, and then
yeah,
laugh. I
I
love
like
that
him.
shit, bro.
I
He
like
doing
him,
that.
yeah,
but
we
at the
fuck
end of
with
the
him.
day, he's the guy that you wanted to retire Cena. And to me, like I said, the symbolism of Cena losing his life is what I saw in that moment. Personally, I saw the fact that John Cena, and at the end of his life, he was at peace. He was at peace giving up. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it hit me a little harder because the week before that,
Yeah.
my grandma passed away, and in a certain extent, I feel like she fought, but at a certain point, she's human. She didn't have any fight left in her. And
Right.
then fast forward, now I have an even better perspective on that smile because at her funeral, like in the casket, it looked like she had a smile on her face. So
Mm.
even more symbolic to the fact that like the life of John Cena, the wrestling character, ended, but he was at peace the way that it ended because he know that he went out on his morals, he went out on his principles, he didn't really give up, in my opinion. I think it was just simply knowing that like in life, at some point that motherfucker, it's gonna end. It's
Yeah.
gonna end. And it's not that you didn't give, like in the end you gave up, because if that's the case, people would live forever. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I think it humanized him. Was my point when it initially happened. I think it humanized him to show that like as a human, at some point you do give up because you got to leave this earth. You can fight any battle in the world as long as you live, but at a certain point, he never gave up when it mattered the most. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it doesn't ruin his never give up. He never gave up his entire career. Yes, he never gave up his entire career. But when that career was over with, just like when life is over with, you don't have a choice but to give up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You don't have a choice but to do so. So I just looked at it from a totally different lens than a lot of people. Obviously, I'm a John Cena hater. I was a John Cena hater. Now I'm a John Cena appreciator. So with me being someone who didn't have that connection to him for never give up, I got the never give up attitude from other aspects of my life, and just seeing how it's benefited me to have that type of resilience that John Cena often showed, of course.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was annoying as fuck at times, but he showed ultra resilience throughout the entirety of his career. But at the end of it, it was the end of it. It was the end of that life, and he gave up. He had a smile on his face doing it. He was at peace. And you know, I think it ultimately, at the same time, if you're John Cena and you're looking at the best way to make Gunther get so much heat, make Gunther look like this beast. Yes, I think the passing out method would have been dope too. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. I thought that would be what happened initially, but it was a beautiful moment in my opinion. It's a beautiful moment. It felt like, you know, the end of John Cena's life in WWE,
Yeah.
as an in-ring performer. Let's put it that way, because we know John Cena will show up for other moments. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame, if not this year, within the next couple of years. It'll be his decision, of course, when he goes in. But ultimately, I think that the moment was very beautiful, and it was a solid end to a run and let's go into this now, a run that I think uh throughout time, I think this run will become more popular. Much like many other things in professional wrestling, as time passes, it ages better than it was when it was there initially. And I think that 5 years from now, for sure, honestly, I've seen people do it already, and I wish I would have posted the fucking video the same day I posted all the other videos about the Gunther match.
What up, Rob?
Uh, because I already made a video talking about how I think that this run is a lot better than people give it credit for. I think there were a lot of lows, but there were also a lot of highs. There were a lot of like, why the fuck are they doing this? But it was a lot of thank God we're getting this as well. So I feel like the run wasn't as bad as people made it seem. Now it started off good in my opinion. It dropped and got in the sewer for a little moment, and then I feel like it just constantly got better as we got towards the end. That's just my opinion though. Like I
It
feel like
did.
everything post
It definitely did.
WrestleMania was starting off low, and then we
Yeah.
get the John Cena, then we get the CM Punk, which that was a great match that gets overlooked now because of the Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles match. Even with the theatrics, that was still a good ass match. Then we got that tag team match with Logan Paul and Jey Uso and Cody. That was like, why are we getting this? Like, this is a waste of a match. And then we got the Cody Rhodes and John Cena match. We got John Cena turning back face.
Yeah.
The Brock Lesnar stuff that was in the alternate universe. Like I don't even believe in WrestlePalooza. Like I think
Yeah, I don't either.
that was like MK Ultra mind control
Hey,
or something. You know what
hey,
I'm saying? Because I don't even think that match never happened.
match that
I don't
we
know what people are talking about when they say Brock Lesnar versus John Cena at WrestlePalooza. I've never even heard of WrestlePalooza.
I I've
Wait,
only heard of Palooza outside of EO and Stephanie. That's the only thing.
I think that's the only thing that really happened. Like it was just one match on that show. Everything else, I don't even know what people are talking about, bro.
yeah, I
Agreed.
don't
But
know. Like, I don't know why WWE even books like that, bro. Like, one match on a pay per view is crazy, bro.
that's
Crazy. It's
crazy.
crazy though. The match was good. Great. Great. But what did he have
But
after? What was the match after? Oh, the AJ match.
yep,
That
yep. You know what I'm saying? That and then
Yeah.
putting over Dom on the way out. Like it was a multitude of, I think, great moments.
You know what's so crazy about that match too? I just gotta say is that not only did he put over Dom, but he put over everybody. He put
yeah.
Liv,
over the Judgment Day,
Roxanne,
like
Yeah.
Roxy. Like, come on, bro.
And JD McDonough.
like just gave everybody moments that they can feed off of and add to their career and be like, hey, I was part of John Cena's last Survivor Series match. I was part of John Cena's last true pay-per-view PLE match. Um,
Yeah.
you know, Dom gets to say he's one of the last two guys to beat him. And Dom is also, obviously being prepared to be one of the faces of this next generation of WWE.
Yeah.
Um, so just I ultimately feel like, obviously there were some terrible moments. There were some moments like Travis Scott being
Yeah.
involved at all, if we're being honest.
He was.
Dwayne doing something dumb and not committing to doing something great, but not committing to it, thus ruining John Cena's heel turn. And now John Cena and Triple H and the writers are having to throw shit at the wall and see what sticks because obviously their plan was to have The Rock or Travis Scott or both of them involved in John Cena being a heel. You know that was the hope, and it just fell through the cracks for whatever reason. But ultimately, I think, obviously, and if we being transparent, the last time is now tournament could have been so much better, but the
Yo,
right person won. The right person won, so I can't be mad at it. If you and the crazy thing is, you look at that tournament starting at the same time as something like the Continental Classic, you
Hey.
can see WWE could had the ability to put a lot more bangers together for
Yeah.
that tournament. And I think, but again, when you look at John Cena, uh, as much as John Cena was able to put on really great matches, a lot of his great matches depended on the story, not on who, not on the in-ring work necessarily. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like John Cena is a solid wrestler.
Yup.
But he's never been a bell to bell guy that we look at as like he's one of the best bell to bell wrestlers in the world. I don't think no one's ever said that about John Cena. So I don't think that's what they wanted from his tournament. That's why you got the Miz. You know what I'm saying? You had the R-Truth bits instead of it being something very, very serious, even though it was for something very, very serious. But it's only right that the most serious person in that tournament won it and retired John Cena. So
Yeah.
What was what was I gonna say? Now I already messed up.
my bad.
Yeah. No, yeah, I lost train of thought. It was about the tournament. All I know is that his last WrestleMania ever is a dud. So that's crazy to already begin with. The start
Wait,
of the
he wrestled at WrestleMania? I thought he said that he skipped 2025 WrestleMania.
You're right. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm drunk. My bad. Yeah, all in all, I think we'll look back. We'll probably talk about it way more in detail in the future, whenever it's like a year sitting. But
Yeah, I think it's still so much to break down, like I said. And as time goes on, obviously we're all gonna have different opinions compared to what we have currently.
mhm.
I think, like I said, my
Yeah.
true belief is that people will look back in the next couple of years and say John Cena's last reign was pretty good, man.
I know what I was gonna say. So the whole idea of the last time is now tournament. If you
Mm.
look at like certain domino effects, Jay and Jimmy are back together because Jay lost in a tournament. Mello got the opportunity to wrestle Gunther, got over there, went to SmackDown, and now he's the new U.S. champ.
In the United States
Got
champion.
of L.A. Knight almost getting there. I mean, I know he's out now, but more people want him more so than ever to win the world title now.
Mm.
So even when he wasn't in the tournament, and then Gunther winning and becoming the biggest heel of the last, I don't know when, he's getting more coverage now than ever.
True.
Just that, and he wasn't even in the tournament, didn't have to do anything. It was his tournament. Allowing that to happen to where it is now, like that's the whole point of John Cena's retirement tour to me is how he leaves, more so how he did per se.
Well, I think it also plays into what John Cena says like every single like interview when people ask him is like you want to leave the place better than how you found it.
Yeah.
And he left and immediately, I mean, we're seeing the effects of it.
Yeah.
Javon Evans,
Yeah.
brother,
Leon Slater,
Mello,
a different
Leon Slater,
who's in a different company.
come on.
Yeah.
Like
AJ finally
John Cena's
AJ getting booked when he hasn't been getting booked after injury for like the whole year. I mean, that's just me, but
John Cena's impact on the business. I feel like
crazy.
I guess I was one of like the pessimists that were like, man, wrestling is gonna die or sports entertainment is gonna die after John Cena leaves. But like now I'm seeing John Cena's vision at least
Yeah.
with everything, you know, all the cards like really coming into play.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me excited though for that.
I think SmackDown as a whole right now, just from the effects of that, not saying they're direct, but more indirectly, looks
Right.
very promising. Very promising. Now,
Right.
Raw, on the other hand, it'll get there.
And I'll get that.
Yeah.
I really like that perspective, Reed. I haven't even looked at it in that aspect of, and just being honest, WWE, the two main roster shows for sure have been a lot better
Yeah.
over the last 2 weeks. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I
And
agree.
and no doubt, of course, his last night being about having Sol Ruka on the show,
Oh,
having Obafemi on the show, having
yeah.
Javon and Leon Slater on the show, ultimately does help elevate four stars of the next generation, as
Yes.
well
Yeah.
as working with Dom. Like you said, Carmelo getting a big push through this tournament, winning the first round, going on to face Gunther, having another banger, and the crowd just really leeching on to Carmelo Hayes is
Yeah.
good for the business.
That's what we all
Um,
wanted. That's what we all wanted. We all said once the crowd gets more behind him on the main roster, it's nothing but up for him. And
you got no choice but to strap that rocket to him and do
yeah,
what you should have been doing.
If
yeah,
that
Uh,
boy don't
and
miss,
all it took was to consistently book him on TV. Wow, it's like I didn't say that all year. Like if you
yeah.
consistently book Carmelo Hayes on TV, he's gonna get over because you consistently booked Tiffany Stratton on TV and she got over. You consistently booked Brian Breaker on TV and he got over.
He's got a
You
world title.
consistently book Roxanne on TV. Roxanne is gonna get over. That class coming from NXT, that NXT 2.0 class, like I know a lot of people tried to shit on NXT 2.0, but that was a damn good crop of talent that
Gunther,
are going to give WWE so much success over the next 20 plus years.
yes,
Javon, Javon, Roxanne, Leon Slater, whenever they sign him, Braun Breaker,
Irula,
Carmelo Hayes,
oh,
Gunther, Ilya
Irula.
Dragunov. Now we got Obafemi and Trick Williams coming in. You know what I'm saying? Like on the women's side, you got Sol Ruka, you got Lola Vice coming up one day. You got Jada Parker over there. You got freaking
Kendall Gray, bro. Oh my god,
Kendall Gray is
bro.
amazing.
Tatum
Shout out to
Paxley,
JC James. Shout out to JC James,
Tatum
one of the
Paxley.
shockers of the year. Tatum Paxley, like the
Actually,
crop of talent that is coming up soon.
crazy.
All you have to do now, the hard part is that is this aspect of it, right? It's so much freaking talent, but there's only so much TV time. There's only so many opportunities to go around. So
Yeah.
somebody's fan base, somebody's stand group is always going to be upset. But there are ways, and I think you found it with Ilya Dragunov and Sami Zayn. Amazing title reigns, no pay-per-view appearances, all bangers every week, short title reign.
Yup.
The days of having champions, especially mid-card champions, hold the title for 3, 4 months, I think needs to go away. The great thing is though, is that the women do have a mid-card title too now. You know what I'm saying? So there are multiple titles that everybody can win. I think it is time for WWE to legitimize NXT
Okay, hold on
and
now.
bring
Yeah.
back brand warfare.
Yup.
Legitimize NXT as an official third brand and as an equal to Raw and SmackDown.
Okay, yeah.
I
I
think that would be like in the next 5 years, I think that would be the smartest thing to do. When you look at the crop of talent that they got, then they got freaking Cappuccino signed. They
bro,
got the
we
Jake,
forgot
what's his name? The white guy that was in the match.
Jack Cartwheel.
Jack Cartwheel, you know what I'm saying? Like the crop of talent that WWE has at their
We
disposal
we
that's gonna
forgot.
last them the next 20 years,
We
you're
forgot.
gonna have to legitimize NXT, in my opinion.
We forgot.
Yeah.
Saints is also there, bro. Like he's one of
I
them.
ain't even I ain't even gotta say him. That's what I'm saying. Like it's
Yeah,
just it's a lot of great, and then you also still got a crop of young guys that's on the main roster already. That some of them
oh,
already named
is that
Rhea Ripley,
no Callie?
Roxanne Perez.
Who is Callie? No,
You
Callie.
got Julia, you got Stephanie Bakir, you got, you know what I'm saying? Like so many still young, early 30s, mid, early 20s for some, because
Yeah.
Roxanne is only like 24, 25, I think, maybe even just 23. Like, y'all know I'm a big champion Roxanne Perez. So just knowing what's coming for her with the eventual probably feud with Liv eventually, like that's gonna be dope. I think she should be the one, in my opinion, to take out Maxine Dupree. I think it's only right that that title goes to Roxanne
Hey,
Perez next. You know what I'm saying?
Maxine, she is done.
Shout out to Maxine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
incredible.
she has improved a lot.
Yeah,
Uh, if we're being honest, as a guy that is more, I love storylines, but I'm a technician type of guy. I'm a bell to bell type of guy.
yeah.
Maxine still has a long way to go, but kudos to
Facts.
her for not becoming a failure.
Shout out to
A lot of
that.
people in that situation that she was in,
Yes.
getting booed by the crowd, the "you can't wrestle" chants, a lot of people would have given up. a lot of people wouldn't have bunkered down and worked harder.
Absolutely.
And I truly believe that she bunkered down, she worked harder, she improved a lot.
A lot.
So,
Promo,
The little nuances that I see that she needs to get better at and she will get better at with experience is like nothing compared to the way that she used to wrestle when I used to be like cringing. I used to feel cringy watching her wrestle, and
she's
now I don't.
she's
Now I try not to be too meticulous and be like, oh, she fucked up on that. She needs to be a step quicker here, a step quicker there. Those
yeah,
are the little things that she has to get better at, and I ultimately think that she will.
talk.
Man,
yes,
so
she's
much. Go ahead, go
what's
ahead, go ahead. Before I pivot.
oh, shout out to Natty, the dungeon. That's where Maxine probably been at. Oh, I've seen in the little vignettes.
The vignettes, yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to Natty for taking her under her wing and showing her the road. Like everyone shits on Natty just because like she's a heart, but at the same time, like she's one of the most revolutionary women's wrestlers we've had, and she can still go. I've seen some of her matches outside of WWE this last 2 years, and I think if they gave her more TV time, sometimes her promos aren't always the best, but just wrestling wise, like the gimmick of her with the black, like almost judo outfit, wrestling. Oh my god, bro! Like Marina's the same way. Marina's went from here to here. So shout out to women's wrestling, bro.
Yeah, man. Last camera wasn't working, so he just had to go. We just had to tell him put a picture up there, and that's what he wanted to put up there.
Yeah, Les
It's my
tapped.
boy Dirty, man. What's the word with you?
Les tapped out like a bitch.
Yeah, man. But let's pivot. We talked a lot about WWE in 2025, a lot of the bright spots. There's still more that we can talk about on that end. But I saw something very interesting this morning, obviously fresh off of World's End.
Yeah.
Uh and I think, 2019 or 2020, I think would be the year. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. If it's 2019 or 2020, it's the year that we would compare to this year for AEW. But I saw someone say that this was AEW's best year.
No, 2021 was AEW's.
2021. That
Yeah.
was the year that we would say, because that's when like CM Punk came, Daniel Bryan came, Adam Cole, all of them.
Champ. Hangman finally became champ. It
He
was
won in 2021. Was that long ago?
he won around the time, yeah, or 2022.
What would you say, Les? What would you say was that year for AEW that we would compare this year to if we had to, stack it up?
Shit, compared
Because I know
2025 to
2019 was a great
Yeah,
year for AEW too.
I just think that
Right before.
2021 being all around like just amazing.
Okay.
nah, yeah, I agree.
Like that was the year, and I don't know if we all had met yet. I'm pretty sure we have.
Nah, 2019.
At some capacity in 2021, I think we all did in some capacity.
I think I met Derek. What 2021?
No, yeah,
2021.
I think I met you guys
I
in.
really ain't get hip on Reed to like 2022. I feel like because we
Yeah,
started the
me neither. To
podcast
that
in
summer.
2023. We just passed the 2-year anniversary of
Yeah,
our first episode.
shout out to us. I will say, yeah, we just like all around and the way the matches went, and then Punk almost kind of like legitimized it as like, oh, if they're beating them in views or viewership, which doesn't really matter about viewership unless you're like the company itself. Legitimized, oh, they're here and they're here to stay.
Right.
And at that point in time, they were doing way better than WWE. And that was before Cody got back there, too.
True.
So they had Cody, too. They had Cody, Punk, Kenny, the Bucks, Hangman, Swerve, I think, was there at that time or just got there.
Swerve.
Cole and Bryan just came at All Out, I think, back to back. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, what more can you ask for?
But regardless of which year, that was whichever, regardless of which year we put up there, because I think, up until 2022, you got a couple years that you can have that argument with. I think 2023 and 2024 were down years for AEW. And
outside of thing.
personally, yeah, outside of like the Hangman and Swerve feud and just they
If,
had moments. They
if,
had moments. Mercedes coming in and everything like that. 2023 was definitely the down year. 2024 was like a
if,
down at certain points, but it was a slow creep back up to our old
if
AEW standards. Like the viewers were dropping,
I would
fans
say
were online
the,
complaining.
the two things from 2023 and 2024 I remember the most that like I stuck onto, other than the Punk shit at All In, MJF and Adam Cole's whole storyline, which almost lasted like a year
Which
and a half.
and then ended up being a fucking dud.
Yeah, and then
And
Hangman.
that was the problem with it. And it was a lot of things they couldn't control
Yeah,
with like injuries and stuff like that,
yeah,
contract situations,
yeah.
a lot of things that they couldn't control. But I could, from my, and it could be recency bias, of course, but I do think that 2025 AEW made like so many just right decisions,
Mm-mm.
putting on some of the best matches you'll see in your lifetime if
Hey,
you watch every AEW
they
pay-per-view.
made
You
they
know,
made putting together tag teams like amazing.
You know,
I'm biased because I sat front row at a pay-per-view, basically, you know what I'm saying, for
Yeah,
AEW this year, and the tickets were very affordable, and just how great the year has been for AEW through and through. You know what I'm saying? I think this has been an amazing year. From Hangman to Swerve to Osprey, MJF ended the year as the
I
champion. I think
pleasure.
was the right decision. I think that was the right decision. Samoa Joe getting probably his last world title reign. That was dope. Everything with Tony Storm was amazing. Everything with Ultimo Mercedes Monet was amazing in my opinion. The whole Bell Collector run, being this asshole, but just can't win the big one. And now she's slowly starting to lose those titles and put
Yeah,
over all of
I
this
have
dope, amazing talent of the next generation. Bandito, like you mentioned,
I have three
Bandito
I have
is one of the best things that we got this year,
three people
which
that
and
you
thus being Brodito as well.
three people that
FTR, FTR reemerging as the top guys in one of, if not the best tag team in the freaking world.
yeah.
Uh, AEW's women division as a whole getting so
Their
much
tag
better,
team division,
getting the
yes,
tag team titles
yes.
started. You know what I'm saying? Kyle Fletcher. Kyle
oh
Fletcher had
come
an
on, fuck,
amazing
come
year.
on.
Most
Just
improved, not even improved. He's up for wrestler of the year. Bandito's my wrestler of the year.
mm,
You
He's
you
I
know
put him up there with him.
my favorite
number
thing.
one woman. Who was the number one man? Wasn't it Cody again?
Oh,
No, I
Hangman.
think it was Mox.
No, it's Hangman.
It
It was
was Hangman.
Hangman this year, right? That's why I was
Sports
no
Illustrated.
Hangman won Sports Illustrated. I'm talking about PWI.
Oh, I think it was Cody.
It was Cody again. It was
Thank you.
Cody again at PWI.
Yeah.
I think he did deserve it this year. It's a lot of people that could have went to other than him, of course, but PWI counts all the big moments and things like that as well. You know what I'm saying? So that SummerSlam match kind of probably saved it for him. And Cody still put on some really good matches this year throughout. King of the Ring, stuff like that, all counted towards that. And you got to think the PWI year started from like August of last year.
Yeah,
So all that KO stuff, yeah, that that
Yeah. Ooh,
calculated into Cody
yeah.
Rhodes being a PWI number one. And that was a great feud, some amazing freaking matches with that. Being part of John Cena's heel turn, I think, despite the WrestleMania match not living up to what we expected, being part of that moment crescendos him up. Uh, but of course, Sports Illustrated, number one man and number one woman. Match of the year. Like they basically swept Sports Illustrated awards. PWI, you have the number one and number two women, uh, in Mercedes Monet and Tony Storm, two women that I think only EO Sky could have had an argument for being one over either one of those two, in my
Yeah.
opinion. And to me, EO Sky still should have been number three. But again, I think that young lady from Stardom is the one that's got number three, and I haven't seen much of her, but I've heard nothing bad about her. So I'm not mad if she was the number three pick. Only person I thought that was too high, and that was Tiffany Stratton. But
Yeah,
again, I understand why PWI put her there. She was pushed the entire year. She was a champion for almost the entire year of PWI. That pretty much starts in like September through September. Damn, so she was the champion the whole time, wasn't she? Pretty much. Like she was the champion for that whole year. So
and
beat Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania doesn't get much bigger than that as far as, people that you could beat at WrestleMania and have put you over in the WWE. But ultimately AEW was turned WWE ass up
You know,
all year. If we talking about a battle between the two.
yeah,
my favorite thing about AEW this year is that even when it felt like they made a wrong decision, I feel like Tony Khan has such a good team behind him where it's just like, hey, bro, I feel like we should, maybe we should pivot just a little bit. And I feel like we kind of got that with the Death Riders.
yeah,
And now Mox, I feel like, is on his way to being one of like the best baby faces in the fucking company.
yeah.
And I wouldn't have been able to fucking tell like in the beginning of the year. But they did such a really good job with that storytelling.
It was perfect. It's perfect timing because Max just came back, won a title. He's technically a heel, one of the biggest heels we've had in the last 10 years. Mox was a heel with the Death Riders. Now he's like totally babyface. Cut a promo even with that. Swerve's back.
Swerve, swerve.
You got the Ops, which no one really cares about, but I love Samoa Joe. I love Shibata. I love Hobbs. Hook and Hangman still kind of in the realm. I think Hangman is probably gonna reunite with the Elite at some point,
Probably.
which I would love because I love the Elite outside of all the buffoonery they've done. I love the Elite. Kenny's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Women's tag team division is
Incredible.
we need to watch some of these matches together because they are amazing. They are amazing.
Incredible.
The women's Jamie Hayter and Chris Statlander had a 5-star classic in the crowd. I hate y'all because y'all did not pop for anything. And they were cooking.
Man, they didn't even pop for Ortiz. That's fucked.
Yeah. Oh, also, if we're going, I guess this will segue into the next one, talking about AEW. If we're talking about wrestlers of the year, I don't have anybody from WWE for wrestler of the year outside of maybe EO. And the short span of time that he had, Ilya. But those are like the only ones I can think. Because Melo didn't get booked a lot. And Melo's always going to be 1 and 5. Like 1 through 5. I got Bandito for my wrestler of the year. Kyle Fletcher is second. And then I have Takeshita. Them three this is just males. Them three.
Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta separate the males and the females. It's just been
Yeah.
it's too
Yeah.
in a way it's always gonna be hard. I feel like to put a woman over a male in that category. Like
Yeah.
even though EO Sky has an argument against any man,
Yeah.
in my opinion, you
Yeah.
can make that argument, and I probably would pick her as the number one wrestler in the world. Period. Point blank. As far as consistency in ring.
Mm-hmm.
But again, and it's always about what all are we calculating? Are we just talking about in ring work? Are we talking about the character work? Are we adding in the promos? Are we adding in the accomplishments? Because you got a guy like Ilya Dragunov, who, if we just talking about in ring work,
Yeah.
that's my number one always. Because
Short span
I'm
of
just, I'm
3 months.
just, even if it was just 2-3 months, man, he fucking, hey, woo.
Yeah.
That boy was putting on 5-star classics in 10 minutes on SmackDown.
On SmackDown, bro.
5-star classes with like 10 to 12 minutes of just pure brutality. Uh,
Yeah.
that would be my number one, just bell to bell guy. But obviously, he didn't get to accomplish as much as Io Sky, as Bandito, as Kyle Fletcher, as Hangman, as Mercedes Monet, as
Yeah,
Cody Rhodes, you know what I'm saying? As whoever else that you may want to put in that category, or Javon Evans or
yeah,
Oba could be in that category. Just all depends on what you're calculating and what you're using to judge and measure these guys and gals by.
Yeah, I
I,
completely agree.
yeah, man. Wrestling's in a good state right now when it comes to bell to bell.
Bro, I
As
genuinely
much as
think
we talk
like,
shit on WWE, wrestling in general is in a great place.
yeah.
Yes.
And see, the thing is, if you told me like a while ago, bro, I would have I would have said if WWE's in a bad place, I feel like wrestling in a bad place. But I think the past couple years, maybe especially when AEW's been here,
Yeah.
I feel like that's just not true. If WWE's in a bad place, then fuck, sports entertainment's in a bad place. Pro
Bro.
wrestling is safe.
Yeah, bro. And TNA's going to AMC cable
Come on,
in January.
come on.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah, wrestling, pro wrestling, man, pro wrestling. And that's how I always tell people, if you are a true wrestling fan, do your best to go check out some of these indie promotions in your local
Yeah.
area because
Please do.
you're looking at the guys and gals that are gonna be on TNA. They're gonna be on AEW. They're gonna be in WWE. They're gonna be in NXT. They might be on Evolve. They might be on LFG. They might be in New Japan. They may be, you know what I'm saying, some of the bigger indie promotions out there. They may be in CMLL, you know what I'm saying? They
They
may be
might
in
end up in
AAA.
fucking NWA.
Who knows? But you got to support them now, especially if you want this business to keep progressing. Because if we look at the crop of talent that we spoke about earlier for WWE and all of the talent that we spoke on for AEW as well, 90% of those people are not PC creations.
Nope, you right.
They are people that started on the indies. And even if they did get a bulk of their learning from the PC, they
Yeah.
started in the indies, they worked their way up, and now they are in position to be top of their company for the next 20 years. Like somebody like Kyle Fletcher is pretty fucking young. Like Kyle Fletcher, MJF has years to be the faces of AEW. Obviously, some of those people above that are in the same crop as them, um, necessarily. I don't know how old Takeshita is, but obviously Okada ain't got much left in him. Omega ain't got much left in him. Hangman getting up there in age.
He's only
Swerve
he's
getting
only
up there in
32,
age. You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Only 32.
Who, Hangman?
Yeah.
So what, he got 8 more years?
Well, his standards probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I can't see him doing the stuff that he doing at 40. He gonna have to change his style, man.
Unless he's like
True.
AJ. Unless he's like AJ.
Obviously, Mox is the ace of AEW.
Yeah.
Um, and,
I
and all of the Shield is getting up there in age.
Yeah.
But Mox the type of guy that mess around gonna try to die in the ring. It's
Honestly,
been
bro,
honest. Like he Ric Flair.
his last stand is him
That
dying in the
motherfucker
ring.
Ric Flair, bro.
Oh, that is a crazy comparison. Like if you think about like everything that Mox has done the last 5 years, he is like this generation's Ric Flair outside of promos.
Yeah.
Because he's been
I,
everywhere, like the territory days with Ric Flair. He goes to all the indie shows. He's
Mm.
top in the company. I don't know. Maybe it's a dumb comparison, but there's similarities.
nah. I love that comparison over like of course in ring style, but
Yeah.
the love for the game I think is right there, which is what makes him one of the guys that I look at like that motherfucker ain't gon' he gonna do everything that he possibly can to like wrestle until he's 60. He's one of the few guys I think in that generation because I think obviously you look at the John Cena and you look at the what's the word with you? Who is that?
Jared.
Jared.
Jerry, I figured that was Jerry. What's the word with you, Jared? I figured that was Brody. So, obviously, I think this generation, our generation, is our generation, you know.
Yeah.
Most of the previous generation before ours were retiring, like especially the generation before ours, like the Stings, the Ric Flairs,
Yeah.
those guys went to 60. Hulk Hogan, you know what I'm saying? They all went to 60.
Yeah.
Um, and maybe it was because they had to financially. Maybe that was the reason, because
I
obviously they
know
weren't getting paid the way that wrestlers are today. Um,
it was that way for Dusty, especially.
Dusty, guys like that. And then you got the generation after us that was like a lot of their stars did pivot to other things. When you look at Stone Cold, when you look at
Batista.
um nah, that's our generation. When you
Oh,
look at Stone Cold, when you look at The Rock, but then you got Triple H, who wrestled basically to 50 almost, and he would probably still be wrestling a little bit if he could. Shawn Michaels only retired as early as he did because of his back, but he still had a long career. The Undertaker is just now retiring. You know what I'm saying? He's part of that generation. So you look at some of that generation, they went up until they were about 50, maybe mid 50s for some of them. And then you looking at our generation, the John Cena's, the Batistas, Randy probably will be another anomaly in that generation, but it seems like AJ Styles, a lot of these guys are like, before I turn 50, I'm letting it go. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it may just start getting younger. When you look at other sports, guys aren't usually doing that sport until they're 45. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? Like guys like LeBron James are an anomaly, being 40 years old and being in the NBA. That doesn't happen often. It's
hey,
like him, Kareem, and like maybe a couple more players have played until they were 40. The NFL, Tom Brady's an anomaly. Nobody plays until they're 40. Nobody does what Phillip
hey,
Rivers is doing
Philip.
coming back
Yeah, I
at
was about to
fucking
say Philip
45.
Rivers
Like,
does. And
but
Philip
I
Rivers
mean
does.
he took 5 years off damn near, so that's the crazy
Hey,
part
bro.
with him. But it's like,
He's been good, doing good though. I ain't gonna lie. He's been
it
doing decent.
just doesn't happen often. Let's put it that way. It doesn't happen often.
I feel like
So
I feel like Steph could, just not as fast.
yeah, he's gonna be a pure shooter if he stays that long. He'll be
Yeah,
a pure fucking
but
shooter.
he's so like it's like him and Braun. Braun just takes care of his body so much. Like he pumps like what $1 million into like body care every year
Mhm.
or something like that. I mean, I feel like if Steph does that and he's just a runner, because that's like all he does. He just runs. I feel like
He's a run. He's a track star.
maybe, bro. That's just a side note.
But nah. Steph is definitely a guy that that jump shot not gonna leave him.
No,
So if he can find a way to uh disguise him on defense, like the only problem with Curry is, does he eventually accept not being a starter? Because once all you can do is have a good jump shot, you're not starting in the NBA no more, because
you
people are gonna pick on you.
Corver.
People gonna pick on you, and they gonna defenses already pick on Steph as is,
Mm-hmm.
So that's just the way it's gonna roll.
Going to turn into Kyle Corver.
Hmm.
Just a better jumper.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Moxley though, I think will be an anomaly in this generation.
Yeah.
Like you guys like Javon, who got signed at like 19. Like realistically, Javon Evans doesn't need to wrestle past 40.
He'll have a
He'll
whole.
he'll have a Hall of Fame career. He'll have made a shit ton of money, gotten
Yeah.
a lot of endorsements.
Yeah.
So this crop of generational stars, Roxanne Perez, I knew about Roxanne when she was like 19, winning the ROH Women's Championship,
She was the first one, wasn't she?
the first ever one. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just crazy to look at that crop of talent. Dom Mysterio came in at like 22, 23. By the time he's 45, Hall of Fame career, it ain't gonna be no reason for some of those guys to wrestle past 40. If we've been Rhea Ripley already has a damn near Hall of Fame career, and she ain't even 30.
Mm.
By
Yeah.
the time she's 40, she could legit walk away as the greatest of all time in WWE history.
That's
She
true.
has a chance to do so. She has a chance to do
Bianca.
so.
Bianca too.
Bianca's older though. Bianca's up there. Bianca like 35.
I know, but I'm talking about
But
like
but in 5 years, Bianca has already had made a Hall of Fame career.
She's the first one of
Since
those.
2020, Bianca has
She,
had a Hall of Fame career in 5
she,
years, and
had,
she ain't even did shit this year.
she has a main event at WrestleMania. Like that's
She ain't
already
even did nothing this year, bro.
nothing.
She ain't did nothing this year past what freaking February or well,
Mania.
March, I guess. Mania in April. That was on 420. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mania since April.
they had her
She
class.
ain't did nothing for 8 months.
She had a
And
fight.
still
It did
in just this little bit of time, she has become a first ballot Hall of Famer. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
So
it's
absolutely.
just something that you gotta commend, you gotta respect, you gotta appreciate that everything that Bianca has done already. And that's somebody that I'm really, really looking forward to coming back. We've had a lot of people come
Yeah.
back. Who else do we got on the shelf right now? Because that was the story, I think, also for WWE this year, is that
Big,
WWE had a shit ton of injuries
way
or,
too many.
whatever happened with Jacob. We still don't know the fine details of it.
We don't.
Um, but like WWE had a lot of injuries throughout the year. Ilya Dragunov, of course. So who are y'all looking forward to most out of the WWE injuries coming back in 2026 and making a grand impact?
Well,
mine's, mine's
me
Bianca.
personally, me personally, I'm biased because he's one of my
I,
favorite wrestlers, but I want to see Fatu back as soon as fucking possible.
I was gonna say not really an injury, but when Naomi comes back,
Naomi, shout out Naomi too.
yeah, shout out Naomi.
Um, and I'll
My
probably
person is KO. My person is KO.
Oh yeah,
shit.
I look forward to seeing what they do with KO when he returns.
Big E would be a great surprise too, because it's been almost 3
Man,
years.
take him off the IR, bro. The nigga retired, bro. Take
I
him
was
off the IR.
I was
I
just
know
gonna say I don't think we ever
I
get
don't think we ever getting that back. Unfortunately, as much as I would
unfortunately.
love to
and
see Big E
he's
back,
he's healed. He's healed. Like he hasn't done any wrestling in 3 years, and
the
it's his.
question becomes for him is it worth it?
Yeah, I think that's
Is
what he.
it worth even trying? And
He did
personally, I
everything.
don't think that is worth trying.
Like I get you can have a love for the sport, but you did everything and he did everything.
I mean,
I
your last
don't I
match.
don't think it's worth his well-being
Nah.
to try if it's not like obviously he hasn't improved the way that Daniel Bryan, the way that Paige, the way that Edge did. So
Edge.
maybe even give him a couple more years and maybe he can make an Edge like return, you know.
Mm.
I mean, his last
But
match.
his was a legit break.
Yeah.
They just had so much wear and tear that it was like, hey, you shouldn't do this anymore.
Well, I mean, you got to think of Steve Austin too, bro. Broke his neck, and then he had a decent career right after. I mean, look at Kurt Angle, for example. Understandably so, he was not in a good place at points in time, but he broke his neck 4 times, and he still. I mean, technology now. I would like to think if Edge can come back like 7 years down the road, I would like to think Big E, if he really still wanted to, he could.
I would hope so, but
There's nothing really for him to do anyways right
mm,
now, per se.
I'm saying he did it
Yeah,
all.
unless he comes back and becomes a heel with the New Day, but I can't see them turning Big E heel like fresh off of a broken freaking neck. If he ever comes back, he's the ultimate babyface.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1000%.
At least for a while, like Edge. At least for a while, you're the ultimate babyface, and then you could possibly turn heel.
Yeah. Agreed.
So yeah, I don't see that one coming back. But those are the top of my list. Obviously, I love the Naomi mention. I think yes, that's not an injury per se, but whenever Naomi comes back, it's gonna be dope. She's gonna do some great things. She's gonna do some
KO
great things.
KO's the one that worries me because like he loves the game so much. I'm not saying Big E doesn't, but the way KO loves the game and like the stuff we seen him do prior to him telling us he couldn't wrestle at Mania scares me. He'd be the one
Yeah,
to get his vertebrae fixed and his neck isn't broken anymore and it's healed just like 6 months down the line. And then he's going out and do a Sami Zayn Elimination Chamber match again with chairs and spikes and tables and ladders.
That's KO for you for sure.
Yeah, he's scary.
That's
Like,
that's
him,
definitely KO for you. He is the guy that's no doubt about it is going to come in and go straight back to doing crazy shit.
yeah,
Heavy on that.
he's insane, but he's one of my favorites. So yeah.
He gonna get straight to the nitty gritty action. Let's
Which
just keep it a buck.
I like. I just want him to be safe, you know. Like if he had to wrestle a certain way, I still think people would fall behind him.
I
Of
agree.
course.
There's not much bad that Big E can do, bro. I mean KO can do. Like in ring. In ring, he's a really, really great wrestler. And I think that if he has to adjust his style at all,
I have
he'll
some
be able to do so.
nasty combos about where KO ranks as the best in the world right now.
Let's hit.
But I'm not about to do it for clips or anything. It's just how I genuinely feel.
Let's hit.
Okay, I'm gonna make this quick. Outside of like the obvious ones, and wrestling's all subjective. Like music, it's like anything else we enjoy in the world. If you look at promos, matches, relatability, the impact they have had, because you got to think of like the bloodline impact. He was one of the main factors in Roman. He's one of the factors for the Usos getting that tag team title match. He's one of the main factors for Sami Zayn getting over after all the years outside of like with the bloodline. I think KO is definitely, at least for the last 5 years, always use 5, is top 5. Maybe even top 3. When you take everything into consideration of what he's meant to wrestling, he's top 3, one of the most important figures you have. Any company. And that's just how I feel. Knowing
I'm not gonna lie.
how much wrestling I've watched.
I ain't mad at it.
I'm not mad at that. I wouldn't necessarily put him in my personal top 3.
Yeah.
Maybe if we're talking men, he makes top 5, but we're talking about men and women together, he wouldn't be in mine. But everything that you said is a legit argument. It's a legit.
Yeah.
He has a legit case for being in that conversation, no doubt.
Yeah, he's one of the most underrated but properly rated wrestlers I've ever watched. Like he's always in the main event scene because that's just where he belongs. But at the same time, people overlook the star power he actually has, I would say. Not saying he has more star power than like Roman, of course, but people know Kevin Owens. And he's better than a lot. He's better than most of the main event scene when it comes to the in-ring aspect. I don't know. I figured I just need to let that off because I'm pretty high on KO. You know what I mean? I outside of me being almost built like him,
That's your twin.
He's probably got like 40 more pounds on me. No offense, but outside of that, bro. Outside of that. I want to hear what you got. Like, what's a hot take y'all have? Because we've already basically covered, like, just one that you would think is a hot take. And I hate saying hot takes, bro, because people just do it for clips. I want to know genuinely what you think. Not even a hot take. Will you believe? Will you believe?
You trying to get me blackball, Reed?
No, I want to know what you believe to be true in your own mind. Not no hot takes, not cold takes, not take out takes.
I still don't think Mox is the best in the Shield.
Okay. That gets talked
For me it goes Seth, Roman, Mox. But I feel like this year kinda is making me go Seth, Mox, Roman. Just because we haven't really seen a lot of Roman, and I feel like Mox has gotten, I don't know, Mox, it's kind of like Hangman, bro. AEW did something to me this year, bro. I'm not going to lie. Like, I started fucking with Hangman this year.
Hey, bro, I tried to tell you.
I see your vision now, bro. Um, but yeah, I still don't think Mox is the best, bro. I don't know why people. I think people are weird for saying. Well, not weird, but I mean, yeah, it's how to your own opinion. But like,
Why do you not think he's the best? Like, what's your criteria? Because I kind of see where you're coming from.
I think
I agree,
you
but
agree.
he ain't never been the best for me. He ain't never been nobody in the Shield better than besides Kurt Angle, better than fucking Seth Rollins, bro. Better than Seth Rollins. Ain't none of they ass better than Seth Rollins. I'm
Not
sorry.
at all.
It's
Not
just
at all.
it's never been a year for me or a moment. Like Seth Rollins was better than them when he came in, and he's better than them now. That's
Derek,
just me though. I'm a Tyler Black guy. You feel me? So
What's
like
your criteria?
I'm
No,
biased.
no, if
I'm
he's
looking at
better than
everything. I'm
Mox,
talking about everything. I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about
okay.
the in-ring work. I'm talking about the character work. In-ring ain't even a conversation, in my opinion. Even with bad
Really?
knees. Even with bad knees. Even
Nah,
with bad knees.
I
That
don't
shit not
agree.
a
I
conversation.
don't agree. Mox is really him. Mox
Even with
can
bad
do it.
knees, even with bad knees, Mox is a 4-star wrestler. Seth Rollins is a 5-star wrestler. That's what I would say.
I think
And Roman Reigns is a 3-star in-ring wrestler. That's
Mm.
how I would break it down for you. Now, if we talking about character work, right? I think all of them have reached high heights that's 5-star caliber, right?
but Roman's like on a level above.
Roman's ultimate level was higher than anything that either one of them reached combined. Let's
Yeah,
be real.
that's
But on a consistent basis, those two killed Roman as far as character work. If we talk about promos, uh, I may give Mox the slight edge over Rollins and Roman obviously being the last. If we're talking about just like God-given charisma, Seth Rollins Roman probably has the most God given. Like women look at Roman Reigns and be like, "Oh my God, Roman
Oh
Reigns."
my God,
You
Roman
know what I'm
Reigns.
saying?
Yeah,
And then it would be Seth and Mox would obviously be last on the God given charisma side. But ultimately, I don't think it's ever been a year, in my opinion, where they have. This year Mox has an argument. I'll say that Mox is in the conversation with Seth. Roman, it's unfair to judge Roman right now
I
because
agree.
Roman Reigns isn't there enough. So he's not even in a conversation with those two guys. That's just me though. He's not
But
in a conversation this year at all. He's
I think
yeah,
last, the bare minimum. He is last. It's no way you put him over Mox or Seth Rollins currently when we consider what we've gotten from Roman the last 2 years. Yes, when he's there, it's big, it's important, it's fun, but then it's the same thing again. He running in saving the Usos out of nowhere. Then he disappears after. You know what I'm saying? Like the stick is getting old. It's getting old right now.
they
I feel
say
like also
bro, fix it.
when you talk about the Shield, right? When people want to compare the Shield, I feel like you need to encapsulate their whole careers, and I feel like the beginning of Roman's career, I feel like he was a really good in ring wrestler, but he was just garbage and everything else.
Big Dog Roman Reigns was the best in ring Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I feel like okay, yeah, in ring, I feel like Roman Reigns, okay, he could make a case, right?
Yeah.
But when it came to like promos and shit,
Yeah. Hey,
like
don't get me wrong. The best wrestler in any year of the Shield is 2015 Seth Rollins. I will say that.
mm,
2015 Seth Rollins takes the cake for best in ring, personally.
heavy,
Yeah.
I agree on that. I
Yeah.
agree on that, and it
heavy.
is rightfully so. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Even with the bad
Roman
knees, though. Even with the bad
killing
knees,
me,
though,
bro.
man.
He's in
Now,
movies now. He is an absolute star, and him being last, like I kind of agree, and it sucks because he out of all three of them, he has the most pull
I don't
anywhere.
think it takes anything away from him though to acknowledge that.
It does. I mean, acknowledge your tribal chief at that point, but at the same time, bro, he's basically I wouldn't say Rock Junior, but he's getting to that point where it's like Okay, you kind of can't even compare him now because he's in just a different track.
Yeah, he's in a different, like, yeah, he's in a totally different lane. But ultimately, that lane allows him to be the more popular member of the Shield and the guy that gets the
Okay,
most notoriety.
this is how I look at it. Roman is the most popular. Moxley is like the actual like wrestler. He's like a territory wrestler back in the days. He's the one that actually. Not saying Roman don't love the game and Steph don't love the game, but his whole thing, Moxley's whole thing is wrestling. It's not doing appearances. It's not doing talk shows. He shows up to the show. He wrestles. He goes to other indies. He wrestles. He's like the wrestler. That's his identity. Seth is like a mix of both of them because Seth is doing NFL games, commentating now while he's injured. He loves to show up to work. He's wrestling all the time. Goes to Pat McAfee. He goes to ESPN. I think Seth is like the mix of both of them. That's how I kind of see it. As to where the other two is like Moxley could care less about being in a movie compared to Roman. Versa.
I guess I could kind
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
Like Roman don't care about 5-star matches. He just shows up to make money. Like Mox, you can tell like actually cares about his work a little bit more.
Yeah, Mox is going out there trying to put on a 5-star match every night.
Yeah.
Whether he does or doesn't, he gives that type of effort. But I think Seth is the same way. Like Seth goes out there saying like, I am better than, like, obviously it's a healthy competition, I believe. But obviously it's still competition between those three guys because they'll forever be linked and they all know that. So they're gonna forever be like, hey, when I go out there, I'm trying to prove that I'm the best member of the Shield. Now, however I choose to do that is ultimately up to me. Roman Reigns wants to sell tickets. Roman Reigns wants to sell merch. Roman Reigns wants to be this larger than life character, and he succeeded at that. Moxley wants to be known as one of the most vicious guys in fucking in professional wrestling history. And Seth Rollins wants to be just this charismatic enigma, essentially. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be this guy that's ultra charismatic, but also gets it done in the ring. He wears his flashy stuff. Shout out to Ric Flair, shout out to Dusty Rhodes. So he has that old time wrestler aspect of being like, I still perceive myself as the 1A. You know what I'm saying? Even though obviously Cody Rhodes has took that spot from him and Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns kind of has become the 1B, which makes Seth Rollins the 1C, if not just the 2. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
You know, but I think all of them have thrived in their roles in their company because all of their roles are different.
Yeah. We just broke that down like it was a professional class.
Hey, it ain't hard. Wrestling ain't that, and wrestling ain't as complicated as motherfuckers be making it seem. You don't understand pro wrestling. No, bro, it's actually quite simple. It's not as hard as y'all be trying to make it seem. Like, yes, I love my wrestling and it's certain things that, let's be real, people don't understand when it comes to wrestling. But wrestling ain't that fucking complicated, bro.
No.
It's fucking acting, and it's acting and wrestling together.
Yeah.
Like it's a fucking soap opera, man. It's a fucking soap opera.
You're basically a stunt man, stunt woman acting.
It's a soap opera with action.
Yeah.
It ain't that hard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to analyze it. My hot take would be that, as always, Mercedes Moné is the best women's wrestler in the history of women wrestling.
But see, you use this one all the time. I need
it's not even a conversation. And then my other one is Roxanne Perez is the future of professional wrestling, not just women's wrestling, not just women's wrestling, professional wrestling, and everyone. And I say that all the motherfucking time.
A hot take though. Like we kind of all agree.
I mean, I'm just the one that says it all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm the biggest champions for those two. But like, you know, I'm not really a hot take guy. So off the top of my head, I would say what I said earlier, bro. John Cena's last run was actually pretty freaking good, bro.
I'll take that.
And you can't
Yeah, I'll
convince
take
me
that.
otherwise. I'm being honest with you. And again, I expected more in certain aspects, but I think John Cena's run was pretty damn solid. And I think that's as hot of a take that you can get from me right now. Me
Yeah.
saying that yes, John Cena's last run
Until
was actually
until
pretty fucking good.
until Mercedes loses all her belts, then he's crashing out.
No, I'm ready for her to lose all them damn titles so she can get the world title shit. She did what she was supposed to do and made her haters mad all fucking year. I love that for her. I fucking love that for
So
her.
when
Yo,
you
She
lose
y'all
had
know the
motherfuckers.
amount of fights that
She had
Derek got in
motherfuckers
this year?
seething.
You know how
She
many
had
fights Derek got
motherfuckers
in yet this year?
seething, bro.
Derek,
Derek got in
I used
so
to be
many
Derek was
fights,
frying
bro.
in the
niggas.
trenches, ready to throw hands with anybody.
Yo, Derek
I
was,
love
bro.
it.
Oh my god, bro.
Bro, he was in the TikTok comments flaming.
I loved it, man. That was
He
one of
was
my favorite
flaming,
parts of the
dude.
year. That was like my favorite part of 2025 in professional wrestling. You can't tell me nothing bad about Mercedes this year. Like she did what she was supposed to do as far as like putting on constant bangers from the top of the year to the end of the year. Last night she had another great match, a tag team match. You know what I'm saying? So she just did every aspect that she was supposed to do. She went to these other companies and dominated, and then went on to now start to put over even more women. Because regardless of how people looked at it, like her being on a show and wrestling the first hijab wrestler is a gigantic moment. You know what I'm saying? Personifa, or however you pronounce her name, in CMLL, Mercedes helped now essentially make her a star. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that she wrestled benefited from it. And for
Al-
most of those, if and for most of those women, it was dream matches. You
Al-
benefit from wrestling against one of the best women's wrestlers of all time, hands down, one of the most important women's wrestlers ever, Mercedes Moné. Without that match in Takeover Brooklyn, we don't get
That's
everything that
true.
we getting from American women wrestling right now.
That's true. That is
Women's
true.
wrestling, women's wrestling in North America is not the same without that match. Mercedes
Oh,
Moné also is the first singles.
on.
She's the first singles match for women to main event WrestleMania. She's the first all black match to main event
Yeah.
WrestleMania. She has a Hall of Fame career. So if you're on the
Wow.
indies, who do you want to wrestle? Do you want to wrestle the person that didn't never even make it from NXT, or do you want to wrestle someone who is a legit WWE Hall of Famer? The biggest promotion in the world is WWE. The most known wrestling promotion in the world is WWE. Every day of the week, it's still gonna be WWE.
Facts.
And you just wrestled someone who has been in Star Wars movies.
He's cooking. Hold
You
on.
you you just wrestled somebody that's been on Star Wars, bro. Like you literally just wrestled somebody that worked for Disney. Like it don't get much bigger than what you can do on the indies right now. Like who can you wrestle as a woman that's bigger than Mercedes Moné?
That's true.
True.
That's true.
So for every woman that got to wrestle her, and then you got to realize the age of the women that's wrestling her on the indies.
Mm.
All of that takeover match was 10 years ago, bro. That was 2015.
He's right about the takeover match, bro. We do
That
not
was 2015 though,
we
bro.
have
That was 2015. So
America.
all the women's wrestlers that's fucking 25, I say even 30, 30 and under, look up has some type of point in time or a way that they can look up to Mercedes Moné. And most of these women admit it too, like Mercedes is the reason why I started wrestling. I look up to her. You know what I'm saying? So how is that not a win? What else? Like when you are a wrestler, and that's why I ask indie wrestlers this. I always ask them, who are three people that you gotta wrestle before you retire? And these women are getting to check off someone who is probably at the top of their list that they would never think that they would get to wrestle Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné.
Yeah.
1000%.
And they get to check that off their list. And now, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I think that is, you know what I'm saying, very commendable. And now she gets the opportunity to drop the belts to all these women. Because it seems like she's dropping the belt to women that she already beat. That's going to be the story. These women get a rematch. This time they beat Mercedes. So if that's going to be the story, man, we're going to have a lot of dope women getting put over by Mercedes Monet.
Man, I didn't. Is
And I,
there American women's wrestling? Like that takeover match is like what started it all. Like the way they
It
wrestle.
started the revolution.
Yeah.
and I feel like Mercedes character work
Yeah.
kind of like the rest of belt collectors that we get, those type of runs. I feel like what we're about to get is like this new evolution of Mercedes, and I feel like it's gonna be untouchable. Like she's gonna be like solidified as the greatest of all time, bro.
I mean,
That's
I think
like
it, I think it, I think it, I think it's gonna be the best belt collector run from start to finish, personally. And I'm biased, of course. I'm biased. I'm a Mercedes Monet stan. Uh, but like you mentioned, the character work aspect of it, where we could already see the meltdowns boiling up. We knew that, like, hey, when she starts losing belts, she's gonna go psycho. And if they can, I think they're gonna execute this properly. That's just me personally. I don't see her and Tony Khan messing up what this run of losing should be for her, and her, destroying the locker room last night. You know what I'm saying? Just subtle things, and it's gonna just build and build and build to this huge, just crash out. And I think her ultimately crashing out will lead to her actually winning the World Heavyweight Championship from Chris Statlander, from Willow, from somebody.
yeah. I mean, I got a hot take of just about that. I don't think
So that is another hot take. She got the
solidified.
best belt collector reign. Boom, that's another one.
I don't think she's gonna be solidified as the GOAT. Personally, for me, until she goes back and does another run there, depending on how it goes. I don't think she will though.
I think
She
she
got no
will.
reason to.
No, I
But I
think
think that she I think it's highly likely, but she has no reason to, if we're being honest.
Nara
Yeah.
killing it. There's nothing there for her at this point besides the 4 horse at Mania.
Man, unless they giving her Borg laser money, bro, she should not go back. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, dude, fuck that guy.
Yeah, that is highly unlikely, unfortunately. The way WWE rolls, you know what I'm saying? But
Just think as a general population, like solidified means everybody's like, yeah. Like John Cena, to me, should be solidified. Like he's done it all. But a lot of people still are like, he has done this, and this.
WWE wise, I think John Cena is the greatest of all time.
Yeah, I agree. I think
I
he's
think that, if we're talking about career, if we're
yeah.
talking about the entirety of the career, and we're making everything worth the same. If in-ring talent and promo ability and marketability and notoriety and success achievements, if everything is equal. John Cena has done everything there is to do in the professional wrestling business, and he's done all of them at the highest level possible. He sold out arenas just on his name alone.
Yes.
So
He has, and that was my argument. I remember getting a debate with Drew Wilder about John Cena beating Dom way before the match was even announced. I knew that John Cena would be beating Dom either in Boston or in San Diego. I said one of those last matches,
Yeah.
he's gonna beat Dom for the IC title, because WWE has to do everything they possibly can to legitimize John Cena as the GOAT. And the one thing that he hadn't done, he broke Ric Flair's record. The only thing he hadn't done was hold that IC title. And if you put John Cena's resume together without that Grand Slam, you got something that you can say that John Cena didn't do.
Yeah.
Now you can't say it's anything that John Cena didn't have a 5-star classic. Here you go. John Cena didn't beat Ric Flair record. Here you go. John Cena didn't become a Grand Slam champion. Here you
There
go.
you go.
John Cena didn't win the Royal Rumble. I got another one for you. John Cena didn't win the Money in the Bank. I got another one for you. You know what I'm saying? Like John Cena did everything there is to do. So once John Cena hater and now John Cena appreciator, they had to give him the IC title, even if it was for 2 weeks, to legitimize the argument and make it so. Much like LeBron James. LeBron James will never be my GOAT. But LeBron James' resume, besides the too many losses in the finals and a lot of seasons where, he didn't achieve the ultimate thing, you know what I'm saying? Period, point blank. LeBron James has accomplished everything. So he has as good of an argument as Kobe. He has as good of an argument as Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And now John Cena has a good of an argument as Ric Flair, as Hulk Hogan, as The Rock, as Stone Cold, as everybody that people would put Shawn Michaels. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not highlighting the in-ring guys. You know what I'm saying? Because Kurt Angle, when we talk about in ring, I put him over most of them. HBK is my GOAT because of in ring. AJ Styles is my GOAT because of in ring. Those are guys that's in my top 5 that are mainly because I probably give in ring about 60% of, or at least 50 in promo and character work. Probably only comes down to like 20, 30, and then marketability and all of and achievements may get the rest. You know what I'm saying? The last like 20% or so. But for me, in ring is the most important. But if we balance everything out to 10% in all 10 categories that you might judge a wrestler on, John Cena's the GOAT, if you do it that way.
Yep. And he's Peacemaker, so he's definitely
he's just doing it all, man.
Yeah, bro, he's honestly the reason the DC universe is even watchable at this point. If we're just going off stuff that
after The Rock infiltrated the fucking DC universe,
and you never gonna compare Rocky and him ever again, bro. Don't ever talk to the GOAT like that.
Exactly.
Levels to this, bro. We're not gonna do that. That's all I'm saying. Rocky might have more numbers than him, but
yeah, it ain't even a conversation no more between them two. As far as what they've done, even if we talk about like what they've done for the business.
Bro, you can't say anything about John with like the Make-A-Wish thing. Like no one, like out of all people, he's number one.
That too. Like literally, the resume is incomparable. The resume of John Cena is incomparable.
He made the Marine, bro. He's the greatest of all time.
For any human, he's top 5 has the best human resume experience when it comes to
damn near ever. Damn near ever. Like this nigga up there with Obama in them. This nigga up there with Obama in them, gang. Like Martin Luther King, nigga up there with straight
Albert
legit. Like he is going to be one of the most known humans ever.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jordan. Michael Jackson. Like he is legit on that stratosphere of popularity, success, like the whole fucking 9. When you think about John Cena, it's the whole fucking 9.
Yeah, there's not much you can say. I want something like that, bro. I'm still young.
What Lil Wayne say? Shout out my nigga John Cena.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta put your body on the line for that, man. Nigga ain't died for my touchdown. I should punch his ass. I was playing college football. Fucking asshole, man.
He got Mizzou in the trenches right now.
I'm playing at Old Dominion, man. I started off as a 1-star, man. I had to go to Old Dominion.
Yeah, that happens.
I had to go to Old Dominion, man. I'm getting sacked out here and shit. These niggas ain't got no offensive line. I got to transfer after this year, bro. I gotta do good, bro.
You
I
could be
gotta do
like,
my
you
job
could
and
be like,
transfer. Hey, bro, I can't even get an HB screen off, bro. These niggas getting back there.
you can't even transfer, bro. You go get to the league and you're gonna find out the league too much, and you get to go back to college like they do now.
I gotta transfer,
Crazy.
gang.
No.
Hopefully you catch that. Good catch, boy. Good catch, boy. Had to throw that bitch up.
I think we had a good pod though. That
Yeah,
was.
man. We've been over for an hour 30 shooting the shit, man. Shooting the shit, man. We appreciate y'all tapping in, man. You know who it is. It's your boy Lil Derek. It's Reed. It's Les
Come on.
Hardy Jr. It's the Say I Quit podcast, man. We appreciate y'all. Next week, we coming with our official year-end award list. We coming with it.
The choppy
We gonna let y'all vote too. I think again this year we're gonna let some fans vote on the Choppy Awards. And just see what we able to get. You know what I'm saying? See what we able to get. So, if you following us on social media, as you should already be following us at Say I Quit Pod on every platform. If you already following us, be expecting a DM. Be expecting a DM. Be expecting a message. Be expecting a text message from one of us if you know us personally. Be expecting us to hit you up because we want y'all opinion on who's the best wrestler of the year. We want y'all opinion on the moment of the year, the match of the year, all of those good things. So be looking forward to that. Within the next week or so, we'll come official with that. Stay tuned for some new content. We got some new interviews coming up. We got a lot of things that we're working on for 2026. So we appreciate y'all tapping in, man. Like I said, it's the Say I Quit podcast, man. It's just too sick.
Sick.
Boom.